Hello, my friends, and a very merry Monday to you. Today we are going to talk about Megabonk, which I'm sure you've seen a ton about already, but I've decided I want to go ahead and review it since it was gifted to me by a friend. That'd be Ghastly Noodle over on Twitter. It's not the type of game I would normally buy for myself, especially since it's a roguelike, but it's one of those situations where I would have missed out. I would have missed out on a game that is genuinely a lot of fun. So, this is a title that is absolutely indie. There is no other way to describe it, and it does deserve all the love that it's getting. I am a person who does not generally enjoy roguelikes. They're possibly my least favorite, just above first-person shooters. So, I'm not someone who you're gonna find playing this kind of game a whole lot, but I did enjoy this one a lot. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It is deliriously alluring. It is a lot of fun. The game loop it's good. It is one of those games that I can play for a few hours and not realize how much time has passed by. I imagine a large part of the reason why it has me hooked is the fact that the mechanics just work. Each game cycle is pretty quick without being too long, depending on how well you're doing realistically. So if you're doing well, it's going to be longer, and you're having fun because you're doing well. So if you're not doing well, you die pretty fast, which can in and of itself be frustrating. But the fact that every time you die, it says basically skill issue is fun. I mean, they poke a lot of fun at modern roguelike culture, and well, in Souls-like culture for that matter. At first, I wasn't sure I was going to really like it. There isn't a lot you can do, as I said, in terms of attacking directly. All of your attacks are procced based on your stats. You start with two characters, Sir Ufi and Fox. Sir Ufi is a man in a suit of armor, which gives him obviously better armor stats, and he has a sword, so the sword acts as a directional AoE, I guess, and he's harder to hit, whereas Fox has increased luck and has a fire staff to start with. Now, every time you start a round, that is what you start with. You start with your weapon, whatever extra skill you have, and then you add 3 more through books as time goes by and you gain levels. Initially, I started as Sir Oof, but since that did not work for me initially, I was having problems figuring out the play, I went with Fox instead. And at that point, I started doing pretty well and started having quite a bit of fun. And that really did help me enjoy the game. I probably did about 16 runs on the first night. It took me a while to unlock tier 2 of the forest level. I still have not unlocked tier 3. The gameplay loop is straightforward. You spawn in, you move around, your character attacks based on whatever stats you have. You pick up experience for everything you killed and gold from what you kill. You can open chests, which will give you items, which increase a variety of your different stats. You gain levels, in which point you have 3 different skills that you can pick from to increase or add. In the terms of like Fox, who has increased luck, the items that you spot in the chest will possibly be of better quality, but you are more or less beholden to the whims of RNGesus. So there's a lot of luck, and because of that, each one of your runs is different. There is so much to unlock in this game, though. Mostly items. There aren't a lot of books. There are a number of characters. Each one is unlocked based on meeting specific qualifications. You know, you use a certain item so many times, you use a certain weapon so many times, you kill a certain number of creatures, you get to a certain point, you use these things so many times, you know, just the basic stuff. And the more achievements you kind of get, the more things you earn through the course of your run. In order to unlock things, you have to meet the criteria to unlock it, and then you have to pay silver that you earn throughout the course of each run. And it definitely takes a lot of time to unlock these things. You have to work at it for quite a while. Some of them are easier than others, but for example, when you unlock a legendary item, you may not actually get to use it for a while. I unlocked the Dragon's Fire, and I still have not gotten to use it yet. I'm looking forward to the time that it shows up. This is not, as I said, the type of game I like, and it's definitely not the type of game I'm generally good at. So getting very far in anything is going to take me quite a while longer than it would most people. I'm just not very skilled at these kinds of games, but that doesn't actually make this one less fun, which says a lot for the game in and of itself. As for the characters, I've already explained Sir Ufi and the Fox. Other characters I've unlocked are Calcium, Clank, Mega Chad, and I unlocked the Ogre, but I have not yet played the Ogre. Calcium is a skeleton on a skateboard. He throws bones that bounce around as you attack, and that's kind of interesting. Mega Chad is a large man with a very nice jaw, and he throws off a damaging aura. Every so often while you are being attacked, he will flex to deflect attacks, which is entertaining. But other than that, he doesn't really have a lot more going for him. That's what he is just that. And then Clank is a robot who has 2 revolvers. He is shooting at things. One of the cool little details, though, that the game has to it is when you play each character, they each have their own variation in the background music. And that's just really fun. The fact that they paid attention to that kind of detail, despite the fact it's, kind of a low res game. I enjoy it when they employ that kind of little thing. But on top of the variable skills, the items, they also have upgrade kiosks that you have to stand within a certain distance of, and they will grant you various abilities. These can be basically anything: kickback, lifesteal, armor, anything that you would get from a tome that you would learn. You can also get a little bit of from these upgrade kiosks. They have a bunch of mysterious salespeople. The fun thing about the salespeople, if you notice, they're all wearing hats. The hats that they're wearing actually corresponds to the level of rarity of the item that they give you. I thought that was cool. Then they also have a bunch of other little statues sprinkled throughout. They have magnets that you can grab and that will pull all of the experience that you've left laying around into you so that you can level up. There are ones that spawn challengers. There are ones that actually will increase the strength of the elite creatures in return for more gold, and just a whole bunch of other little things that are fun to play with should you choose. Oh, the other thing that they have are microwaves. You put in an item and you can double it. It eats another item at the same time, but that's kind of entertaining in and of itself. But for what appears to be a simple game, it is a lot of fun. It has a lot more detail than you would really expect. As you play, every time you die, it'll tell you your worldwide ranking. I am not ranked very high for obvious reasons. And another thing it's got to kind of keep you hooked is the quests, which, basically it's the achievement system where you get a little bit of that silver I was talking about that allows you to do unlocks through accomplishing certain tasks. As I said before, killing a number of things, using a thing a number of times, experiencing something specific. There's a whole bunch of different ones, and it's just a little bit of enough to kind of keep you going even when you're screwing up a lot and not really feeling like you're getting anywhere. Now, this isn't a game with a story. There is no actual story that I've seen. Obviously, no cutscenes, no dialogues. This is literally just go in, kill things, fun, which I'm fine with. I'm absolutely fine with that kind of game on occasion, and the fact that it doesn't drag on too long and overstay its welcome is great. It has built itself a huge amount of variety. As I said, as of writing this, I have only unlocked tier 2 of the forest. I have not been able to get to tier 3 yet. In order to get to tier 3, you have to take Plank and get through the boss portal into the next section, and I have not been capable of doing that yet. For some reason, getting to that far with Clank is a little bit difficult for me. I've been able to do it with the fox, and I've been able to do it with Sir Oofy, actually, believe it or not. And I was able to do it with, I don't think I was able to do it with Mega Chad yet. But this is a fantastic game if you're a streamer. Your audience would very much, I believe, enjoy watching the chaos that can build up on screen. During some of the swarms, you can actually have the enemies built up on top of each other while you're running around in a circle trying to keep yourself from dying. They have other larger creatures that show up that you have to beat up. And of course, then there's the boss. If you can find the portal, that is always the hard part, is finding that damn portal. Something I didn't mention previously is if you don't find the boss, which is your goal in the game, is to find the boss so that you can then go through the portal. Then what happens when you run out of time is it starts throwing wave after wave of these other enemies of you. It starts easy, then it goes to normal. I imagine it gets to hard. I have not lived through normal yet, so I cannot speak to that, but it looks like there's a timer that counts down for that. So I would bet there is, but I do think that viewers would very much enjoy watching you do that. If you're someone with a little bit of patience, you could actually set it up so that your viewers could vote on which upgrades you choose to take in between levels. Or, everybody can just enjoy watching you get beat up. This is, like I said, a very strong game, an 8 out of 10. The only thing, and maybe it's petty of me, but the only thing that really keeps it from being a 9 out of 10 is the fact that it's a roguelike. It's just not my entire cup of tea. It's fun enough for me to go back to and enjoy playing, and definitely highly recommend for others. If you are someone who enjoys a roguelike, there's a good chance that you will call it a 9 out of 10 for yourself. and that is fantastic. I have no problems with that. This is a fun game. It's one that, like I said, if I hadn't been gifted it, I probably would not have bought it for myself. But again, thank you, Ghastly Noodle, for gifting it to me. I'm glad I didn't miss out on this one. I am. It was worth my time, and I think it'd be worth yours. So check it out if you get the chance. All that said, this week I have the Offensive Charm podcast tomorrow night. My husband Sheep Sitting will be coming on as a guest to replace our missing host, Jazz, as he is off visiting his family, so please stop by and hang out for that. Thursday we will be continuing with Dragon's Dogma, since again Jazz is out of town. Saturday, I don't know if I'll be on or not. My brother is in town and I may take the day to hang out with him. I will let you know for sure on Friday's video so that you guys know. And then Sunday we will be back to Dragon's Dogma once again. So that is the plans for the week. If there are any changes, please check me over on Twitter. I will update you as things change. I should still be streaming Thursday, even though it's Thanksgiving. Again, if that changes, I keep forgetting that it's a holiday. But if that changes, I will let you know. Catch me over on Twitter at @Amarada. You can also find live streams over on my live stream channel, which is Horror Amarada's Abysmal Adventures. All of those are linked down below with my link tree, and then, links directly over on YouTube. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. Please like, comment, subscribe. Help me push this out there. I will say the one thing about doing these is they definitely don't get the attention of the other things. So any help that you would be willing to give, I will appreciate. And if you don't want to give anyone, you know what? I'm just glad you're here. But all that said, I will catch you later.